Okay, what we have here is the Sigma Tech aftermarket fan. It's a low profile fan.
Well,
Um,
lower profile.
Lower profile than stock. It's supposed to give you some decent cooling. I really don't know what I think about it. It's nice. It fit where I needed it to fit. Is it better? Who knows? I didn't run the standard tests. And I will say, AMD has made this a very good locking system and a complete pain in the ass to get off. So you gotta push down and up. Up. Okay. Not too bad a pain in the butt. Ooh, yes. Okay. Thermal compound. Remember to put it on. Otherwise, you will be facing a dead CPU. Now, I once had a horror show with this, since I don't know how many of these I'm going to do, I'll tell you about it. I once actually had a thermal compound create a glue effect, and it literally lifted the CPU out with the heatsink. I don't know how to tell you to avoid that, but it twisted the pins. Now you can fix those pins with a pencil. You can also
Mechanical pencil.
Yeah, mechanical pencil with the little hole. I also found that the back pieces of the case, these covers, they're also good to just make sure you're lined up. You know, like vertically and horizontally, because the pins fall vertically and horizontally to actually fix it. So that was actually a good way to do it. But with this, this is a socket AM3B or AM3. Just flip it up and yank. Ta-da! Now, oh, I should have been grounded. Grounded. Yeah. Okay, what am I trying to show you? Where is it? There it is. Okay. On every CPU, at least AMD's stock, there's a little gold arrow. Can you see that?
It's on Intel too.
It is?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can't see that? Well, there
Yeah.
you see it.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Yeah,
We saw it on the Corey CPU build as well. So
here's the corresponding version, so that's how you know where to plug it in. So, this is now for not. Dun 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 dun. All right, now for fun and profit, we're gonna put it in here. Ah, okay. So, ta-da! Now, normally you will be removing the heatsink compound, but this is literally maybe 2 or 3 days old, so I'm not going to go through the whole process of scrubbing it off and reapplying it. It's a rather annoying process because you have to make a very thin layer and make sure that you don't put too much grease, because then you actually inhibit the transfer of heat, which we don't want. So, barring any major catastrophe, let's try putting this in.
shouldn't you lock that down first?
Yes, of course. Okay. I'm going to check that again. If you have bent pins, make absolutely sure that it lies flush. Okay? Bent pins are not a nightmare, but you do need to make sure that you get it working good enough to actually do anything. But if you do have bent pins, from all the research I did, sporadic power problems, you'll notice it, but sometimes it's just a ground pin and who cares. Okay, so first we have to lock it onto one. Am I locked on yours? Okay, so now I'm locked on that side. So now, this is fairly nerve-wracking because it requires a lot of yanking down to actually install it on the other side of the unit. Like I said, fairly nerve-wracking, but once it's in, you're done.
This is one of the examples of one of the 4 pins.
Yeah, and the 4... See, it's very similar, just it has that extra ground. Either it's a control pin or a ground pin, I'm really not sure. Here's ground. Black is usually ground. I'm not sure what the green is. But,
now it's just a matter of throwing the peripherals in.
And putting in an OS.
Which is, it's... But just making sure that it posts.
Here, this is a nice one that Leanne Lee included. See that? So here, extra slack, no problem. We just shove it up in there and forget it.
And there it is.
So that's pretty nice. Kudos. One thing you got right. Okay,
and we're gonna take it from there.
Okay.
There it is. Ready.
Alrighty. So, okay.
Go.
So, this is the finished product. Here's the finished product. Basically, we got 2 serial ATA cards in there. Sorry, USB 3 cards. A video card. Keeping it sparse. Not too sure why anyone would need a audio card anymore. With HDMI, it pretty much gets rid of it. Anyway, there's the Sigmatech. There's the 2 RAM chips. Our fan, our power plug, our motherboard connector, the USB 3 to front panel connector. The fan right near there, if you can see it. I'm sure you can. All our serial ATA connections. We use 4, but we have 4 left. Since we don't have any, since we don't have enough to fill it up, we're using the 6 gigabyte for the CD-ROM, which is kind of wasteful, but what the hell, you know? If we actually fill it up with more, we might move over and not use that. Since they didn't include any headers for the back port, for the back plane over here, the USB 2 ports are kind of fallow, which kind of sucks. You could have at least included 1 or 2. If you're going to be buying a card reader, you can use these. There's not that many of them. Only, looks like 1, 2. There's a 3rd one under. So there are 3 under here. Not bad. This is the serial port, the COM port. Rarely used, but also they didn't include the header for that, and I've never looked for it, so I can't even tell you if it is, how hard it is to get. And there you go. Here's the chassis. These are very nice to work with. The way they come out, the way they screw in, very, very nice to work with. And what else can I tell you? This worked well, but these did not work well. Down here, I would have liked to have seen a continuation of these going down. I don't understand why they only gave us 2. That seems a little silly. And everything's air cooled. Our fans are controlled by the motherboard. And that's it.
So we decided we're gonna go for broke here. We're gonna turn it on. Basically just see if it beeps. If not,
Yeah,
it'll give us
we
a
did
funky
install-
error code.
We did install a little speaker on it, so we do have the capacity to just tell I went into post or not. I'm turning the toggle switch off just before I plug in the cable, just for a little bit of safety. Okay, now, here we go. See the green light? Green light means we have power.
We have power. Yeah, there it is.
Alright, so let's see the Leanne Lee lights. This. Let's see how it does. Oh, and the buttons are on the top, which might be a pain in the ass, but we'll see. She's quiet. Post.
There you go.
She posted.
Functional build. Beeps.
Beep.
Beeps are good.
Beep. No operating system. You
Yeah.
fail. So you see there's the power on LED, the red LED down there. There were buttons over there, I believe over there, for resetting the memory, if need be. See the Zigmatech, the fans. Here's the blue fan, which is kind of muted in the front, so it's not so garish. You know? That red light, that red light is from a Kingwin,
External drive.
yeah, external drive.
Okay.
You can basically put a drive in there. Now, the thing I like about it is they included a cut for a
Solid state.
2.5-inch drive, so solid states and laptop hard drives can go in, and you can kill it from here. Now, the only bad thing about this is, unless your BIOS supports external serial ATA on the motherboard, it won't work. In Windows 7, you'll have to go into the device manager and say scan for hardware changes after you push it in and turn it on, and when you shut it off and pull it out, you'll have to tell it, I changed hardware. Anything else I can show you?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, successful build.
These are nice.
Yeah. Alright, so let's just wrap it up here and call it a night. There it is, folks. Another successful build. Yay!